Okay, so today, we're not really doing anything too fancy. I think we're gonna just keep it nice and simple today. EWC is going down tomorrow. It kicks off, I believe, 10 PST, I believe. I think it's either like, it's somewhere around 8 to, 8 a.m. and 10 a.m. PST, I believe. So yeah, we're gonna have EWC tomorrow. We saw the LCQ, so we already know who our final 10 players joining the main event will be. So I just wanted to take a look at the groups that we ended up with this year and discuss who we think is gonna make it out of their groups, and it's gonna be a great time. It looks like we have, hold on, let me count the number of groups we got. Okay, so we got 12 groups in total, 4 players per group. So if you do the mathematics on that, we're gonna have a total of 48 players in the Esports World Cup. Let's just start with Group A, I guess. So Group A is comprised of Latif. Shout out to Latif doing the thing. We got Latif in there. Haven't seen Latif in a hot minute. We got Nari-kun, Angry Bird, and Noah the Prodigy. I'm not sure who Latif is playing. Who does Latif play in SF6? I actually don't remember. I know Nari-kun is a Kimberly player. I believe he qualified through BAM out there in Australia. I could be mistaken on that, but I do believe he qualified through BAM. Noah the Prodigy qualified through Capcom Cup, getting a solid 5th place finish. Angry Bird, I believe, also qualified through Capcom Cup. I think he got 4th, if I'm not mistaken. I don't remember. He got up there for sure. Yeah, that's it. So I think for this group A in particular, this is kind of hard to call. I haven't really seen Latif play too much, so I don't have much of an opinion on Latif in terms of Street Fighter 6. I don't really know much about him in SF6. I've never really seen him play, so I couldn't tell you. I know Noah the Prodigy is always shouting out Latif for helping him out get sponsored. So, you know, shouts out to Latif. But the only players that I really know are obviously Nari-kun, Noah the Prodigy, and Angry Bird. They're the ones that I'm the most familiar with. So I'm probably looking at the 3 of them to likely be the biggest contenders to make it out of the Group A. I think Noah the Prodigy, as much as people like to hate him, at this point, he got the stats to back it up, chat. Alright? Yeah, you can't deny it anymore. He got the stats to back it up. He doesn't really perform great at a lot of these, you know, international tournaments. But when it comes to the big money tournaments, he performs exceptionally. We saw it at Capcom Cup 11. We saw it last year at the Esports World Cup. The highest placing American at both these tournaments. I'm expecting somewhere along the same lines for Noah. Between Angry Bird and Nari-kun, I think it can be a toss-up. Nari-kun definitely has been having a very breakout performance. Alright, Nari-kun had the run of a lifetime in the World Warriors last year, but didn't quite make the cut to qualify through the World Warrior last year. And as far as Angry Bird goes, I mean, it's Angry Bird. It's a pretty solid safe bet to go with Angry Bird. Recently got into top 8 for the 3rd time in Street Fighter 6 at EVO. Made it very deep with that Akuma at Capcom Cup. So I think Angry Bird could make it deep into this bracket. But I think Nari-kun is kind of a sleeper pick. So Group B is a very rough-looking group. Group B consists of Riddles, Momochi, Kawano, and Mena RD. That is one hell of a group for Riddles to be tossed in. I don't know how that's gonna go. Obviously, I want Big Momochi to win. Okay, I want Momochi to make it out of that group, 100%. Now here's where I run into a little bit of an issue. I want Kawano to make it out, but I think Mena, out of everybody in the group, is probably the player that is basically guaranteed to make it out of this group. So if we have Mena guaranteed making it out of this group, problem is that if Mena is guaranteed to make it out of Group B, that means either Kawano or Momochi don't make it in. And it's highly possible that neither make it in, because Riddles could take them down. That's definitely a possibility that could happen. So I think Kawano could possibly have the best chances right now, simply because, you know, coming off of a big win at Street Fighter League World Championship with the Good 8 squad, of course. I would like to see both Kawano and Momochi qualify out, but that would mean Mena doesn't qualify out, which I do not see. If Mena doesn't qualify out of his group, it would be a very shocking upset. I don't see Mena not qualifying out. So I think it's very much still a toss-up between Momochi and Kawano. And even Riddles. I think Riddles has also been playing pretty well. You know, got a W at, I forget what tournament out there in Canada. Won the Sajam Slam, so you know he's definitely getting up there in terms of the caliber of player that Riddles is. Let's move on to Group C. Group C is made up of Ending Walker, Dual Kevin, Big Bird, and Shuto. I don't know what to expect of this one. I think this one is a very tough one to call. Shuto, I think, is sort of a sleeper pick in the West. But Shuto is definitely very big out there in Japan, right? Shuto has a lot of fans out there in Japan. He's very big. I think Shuto has good chances of making it out of Group C. Right, Shuto, great run at Singapore Premier last year, if I'm not mistaken, where he beat Nephew to qualify for Capcom Cup 11. Capcom Cup 11 Shuto makes it very far. I believe top 8 finish for Shuto, if I'm not mistaken. I believe Shuto lost to Angry Bird, if I'm remembering that correctly. But yeah, I think Shuto has a solid chance getting out of this group. Now here's where things get interesting. Big Bird, Dual Kevin, and Ending Walker. Obviously, y'all already know how I feel about my boy DK. Y'all know how I feel about Dual Kevin. I love Big Dual Kevin. I believe in Big Dual Kevin. This is going to be his big dub EWC Championship. I'm calling it right now. Big DK. Big Dual Kevin. EWC Champion for SF6. Now he's making out of his group. I don't care. I don't care, chat. Now you got ending Walker and Big Bird, and that's cute. That's cute. That's cute. No, my boy Kev. He got it. I believe in Big Kev. Believe, man. Ain't no questions asked. I believe in Kev. We're going all in on Kev. I don't care. Yeah, it's a tough group. Don't get me wrong. You got Ending Walker and Big Bird and Shudo in there. It's a tough group. There's my boy Kev, man. The biases always got to shine through for my boy Kev. Shout out to Kev, man. The GOAT. So Group D is made up of Matsu, who we saw in the LCQ. Phenomenal run for Matsu. Very aggro Kimberly, but almost all the Kimberly players are aggro as hell. We got Zen in there, Psycho, and Juicy Joe. So we got two Kimberly players in there. That's you'd love to see it. But we also got Juicy Joe in there. Juicy Joe had a run of a lifetime at Capcom Cup 11. He's been doing pretty solid in his World Warriors recently. Juicy Joe is a very solid JP player. I enjoy watching Juicy Joe a lot. He is definitely one of my favorite JP players to watch. Him and Grand Todokai. I enjoy watching Juicy Joe and Grand Todokai a lot. They're very fun JPs to watch. So here's the issue with that. I feel like JP might struggle in the Kimberly matchup a little bit. Not to mention, are there any like high caliber Kimberly players in Europe? I can't really think of anybody out there in Europe that plays Kimberly off the top of my head. I think Zen has a solid chance of getting out of his group. Zen obviously on the Bison. I don't know if he's gonna go with DJ. I believe Zen might have experimented with Kimberly a little bit, but I don't know if he's gonna pull out the Kimberly at EWC. I think he's mostly gonna be rocking with the Bison, right? The Bison has been doing a lot of work for Zen. I think he's gonna lock in the Bison. The Bison, or maybe even possibly the DJ, but I think he's gonna lock in the Bison. I think Zen can make it out of Group D. So I think I would favor Juicy Joe or Psycho to make it out. I think it's kind of a toss-up between those two to make it out of Group D for me, just based off the information that I have. Now here's the group that everybody's probably been talking about. You've probably seen this group on the X.com, but it is Group E, comprised of our boy Tachikawa representing that bottom tier Manon in the big EWC chat. Shout out to big Tachikawa representing. Shanghai, obviously EWC champion of 2024. Nobody thought he was nobody had him in their radar to take that tournament that year, and Shanghai just blew everybody away by winning the EWC in 2024. Coming back 2025, obviously, to defend his crown. But we're gonna have to see how Shanghai does, because recently he's mostly been representing the Mai. I personally enjoyed the Bison pick for Shanghai, but I haven't really seen Shanghai play that much Bison. It's mostly been the Mai, so we'll have to wait and see what comes of that. I don't know who's gonna lock in for this. Punk the God, of course, one of the greatest Street Fighter players of the modern era. Evo Las Vegas 2024 champion. That's rough. And Kakadu. Capcom Cup 11 champion, 2-time Evo finalist, both times going down to Mena RD, and EWC champion as well. For those of you that don't know, Kakadu actually won Gamers 8, which is the prequel to the EWC. It was a tournament in Saudi, and yeah, it was essentially just the EWC prequel. So he is technically speaking an EWC champion as well. But yeah, this bracket is stacked. It's literally just all champions and Tachikawa. That is so fucking rough, bro. That is actually such a rough group for Tachikawa, brother. Like, Tachikawa, you know, no disrespect to Tachikawa, obviously, I love Tachikawa. I enjoy that he's representing the Manon these days. I enjoyed when he was on the Modern End as well. But he has been having these last seasons, he's been having a very rough time, right? He's not been placing very high in these tournaments. He's been drowning very early on in a lot of these tournaments, right? So, you know, for Tachikawa to show up to the LCQ and just fucking cook everybody, and finally, after all that hard work, qualifying to the EWC, and this is the group he gets placed in. It's such a heartbreaker for Tachikawa, but obviously, I gotta go with my boy Tachikawa, man. Gotta go with my boy Tachikawa making out of this group. Representing the Manon. The only Manon player in the Esports World Cup. So we are rooting for Big Tachikawa all the way, chat. Okay? Tachikawa all the way. I think I would like Xiao Hai to make it out, because I want to see that Kawano run back, and also I would like to see Xiao Hai defend his crown, chat. A very, very emotional, heartbreaking loss that he took to Goichi at the Fatal Fury event that we watched earlier in July at the EWC. So I would like to see Xiao Hai defend his title. So for the Group E, I'm gonna have to go Xiao Hai and Tachikawa. That's my boy right there. That's my boy representing the Manon Chess. Group F is kind of interesting, and it's kind of a diverse set of characters too. First off, we got Junior, LCQ qualifier with the Geef. Got Moke with the Chun/Mai. You got my boy Gachi-kun with the Rashido. And you got the boy Torameshi with the Sim. Right off the bat, obviously Torameshi, if you don't know him, he is a very highly regarded Japanese player. I believe they consider him to be the best Dulsum in the business. But Torameshi doesn't really travel that much. I think he only really goes to the Evos and any big events that he qualifies for. I don't remember if he's in Street Fighter League, and I don't remember if he was in the Panga Championship League, but he definitely goes to the Evos and all that good stuff. So Torameshi is definitely someone to keep your eye on. Even though Dhalsim does kind of suck in this game, that is Torameshi, chat. Kind of remember that's big Torameshi, so you're gonna have to keep your eye on him. Moke, playing out of his mind. Okay, Moke's been playing so good. Made it to grand finals or not grand finals. He made it to top 8 at Blink. Had an incredible showing with the Mai. Had an incredible showing with the Chun. So Moke definitely here representing Junior. I mean, not much needs to be said about Junior. That's a Geef player. Great Geef player. We saw him putting in work in the LCQ. Hitting some people with some SPDs, and Gachi-kun. Come on, chat. I don't think I need to present a Gachi-kun, chat. Come on, bro. Come on, chat. Do I need to present Gachi-kun? Big Gachi-kun. UrielCyclone. I believe Singapore champion in 2023. Street Fighter League champion. And of course, Capcom Cup 2018 champion. Big Gachikun. So, obviously we got a group from my boy Gachikun. It's not even up for debate, chat. We gotta go for my boy Gachikun. Gachikun's making out of that group. Guaranteed. My boy Gachikun. That's the GOAT. Hey. Best, probably the best Rashid in the world right now. So, outside of Gachikun, I think I'm looking at possibly Torameshi or Moke. I think Junior could make it out, but I think Geef might struggle a little bit in the Mai Chun matchups. And possibly the Dalsum matchup. I'm not sure what the Dalsum Geef matchup is in SF6. I don't know how that goes. I don't know who is favored in that matchup. But I believe in Torameshi. I do believe in my boy Torameshi. It's nice to see him out here traveling at a big, big money tournament. So I'm gonna have to go for my boy Torameshi. I want to see Torameshi do the thing, you know what I'm saying? I want to see my boy Torameshi do the thing. Group G has Hikaru, Nephew, Mochi, and Tokido. Wow. Okay, so this group is looking very interesting as well. I'm not familiar with Mochi. I don't know who they play. I don't know anything about him, so I can't really speak on Mochi. Tokido, I know he's been experimenting with the JP. I don't know if he's gonna bring in the Kenneth for the EWC, or he's gonna be repping the JP for the tournament. I don't know what he's gonna do. So I think maybe Tokido might not make it out of this group, as much as it hurts me to admit it. Y'all been around here for a long time. I know how I feel about Tokido. Tokido's my my goat. That's my like ultimate goat, right? Like, you know, you got Oshis and Akami Oshi if you're into VTubers. Tokido's basically my Kami Oshi. That's my ultimate goat. You know, Tokido is the reason I got into the FGC, right? First ever tournament I ever watched. Grand Finals, King of Fighters 13, Shanghai versus Tokido. That single-handedly got me interested in fighting games and brought me down this rabbit hole. So Tokido's always going to be my god. I'm always going to look up to Tokido. Tokido's always going to hold a special place in my heart. But I think right now, as things stand, I think maybe Tokido would probably have the roughest time getting out of this group. I think Hikaru and Nephew have the best chance of making it out of Group G. So I think I think the safest bet would be to put Nephew and Hikaru making it out of Group G. I think that's a safe bet. So Group H, another group that you've probably seen people talking about on the bigx.com, and that is because Group H is comprised of Goichi, Phenom, and two very talented young kids from Chile, Blas and Kraime. So, you know what that means, chat. It is possible that one of them will not make it out of this group. And it's also possible that they will have to eliminate each other. And this is a pretty tough group to have. Phenom, obviously, very strong performance out there at Evo Vegas, getting top 4, if I remember correctly. Phenom also very solid performance at the Street Fighter League EU, and a very strong player for a pretty long time at this point, right? And yeah, Goichi in there, obviously. Just won Evo Vegas' Fatal Fury, 1 EWC Fatal Fury, 1 Combo Breaker Fatal Fury, and now he put in some work in the LCQ to qualify for the main event, and now he's here at the EWC Street Fighter 6 event, trying to do what Shanghai almost did. So close, but just a little bit short. So now Goichi is the contender to possibly win 2 EWCs for 2 different games. And for the drama, I would love to see Goichi make it out of his group and face Shanghai. That would be peak cinema. That would be peak cinema. But I gotta go for the boys. Gotta go for Blaz and Kraime. Want to see them qualify out this bitch together. All right, I don't want either of them to get out. I want to see them put in work. So I'm gonna go for the homies Blaz and Kraime. All right, we're gonna have to root for the young bucks. All right, we're gonna have to root for the young bucks. But you know, I could definitely see Goichi or Phenom, or both of them making out of the group as well, because they are definitely of that caliber. And our young prodigies are going to have a steep hill to climb. So Group I is made up of Itazan, Big Shine NYC, Hurricane, and last but not least, Big NL, Big No Lackin', Big Never Lose, Big Never Lame, Big No Limit. So you already know. It's not even up for discussion, chat. NL's making out of this group free. It's Big NL. They put some respect on Big No Limit. Shine. I could see Shine potentially making it out. I think recently he's probably had one of his best performances at tournaments at Evo Vegas. I think that's probably one of his best performances that he's had in SF6 in a while. Itazan could also potentially qualify out. I know he didn't quite make it last year on the Geef. This year, I don't know. He's gonna go with the Geef with the Marissa. He's been playing a little bit more Marissa these days, so I don't know if he's gonna go with the Geef or the Marissa. I don't know what he's gonna do. I think maybe Hurricane is the other player with the best chances of qualifying right now out of his group, out of Group I. Hurricane had an incredible performance in the LCQ, just completely dominated the competition. Hikaru almost showing some signs of life in Grand Finals, but in the end, could not stop the momentum of Hurricane. So I think NL and Hurricane are probably the best contenders for making out of Group I. So for Group J, we have I believe the way you say it is Kenshu, the Terry player that we saw in the LCQ, Higuchi, Lachey, Big Lachey, Big Lachey, Big Lachar. You already know Big Lachey doesn't need no introduction. We know who Big Lachey is, okay? And Veggie or Veggie, I'm not sure how you pronounce it. I'm not familiar with him. I don't know who they play. I don't know. So I can't really speak on that. Kenshu, obviously, very great performance in the LCQ, repping the Terry. I think Big Lachey is going to qualify. I think he's probably basically guaranteed to qualify. I don't see Big Lachey drowning in groups. Big Lachey's qualifying out. 100%. As Big Lachey. Combo Breaker CEO back-to-back. Time to go for that Evo? Just fell a little bit short to Shanghai. But he was trying to creepy. Y'all can't say Lachey inconsistent in these top 8s. So, I think Lachar is 100% going to make it out. From there, I don't really know. I think maybe Higuchi or Kenshu could make it out. I think they would probably be the best picks to make it out. Personally, I'd like to see Higuchi make it out. I enjoy Higuchi's guile quite a bit. I like Higuchi's very nice guile. So I'd like to see Higuchi make it out with Lachar. Group K is made up of DCQ, Ryukichi, Kusanagi, and Fudo. So here's another very tough group to call. I think maybe Fudo was probably the safest bet to make it out of this group, and I think DCQ, Ryukichi, and Kusanagi could make it out of this group as well. I think maybe I favor Ryukichi a little bit more because Ryukichi probably has had the best results out of these guys. You know, getting that second place at EVO Japan, losing to Mena RE. I could definitely see DCQ though as well, because DCQ, I'm sorry chat, but DCQ's performance at the Street Fighter League US Finals against Bandits, going up against Minority, those were some fire fucking sets, and DCQ definitely was cooking up. I think maybe Ryukichi or DCQ could make it out along with Fudo. I think that would probably be the safest bet for me. And last but not least, Group L, we have Mickey, Bulgaria, obviously, representing that good 8 squad. SFL World Champions. We got our boy, Bonchan in there. Now, I don't know if Bonchan's going to be repping the Akuma or the King. It should be interesting to see. I think maybe Akuma is probably a more viable tournament character at this point. I don't know. It's up to Bonchan who he wants to go with, but I think Bonchan could make it out. And and we also got our local Saudi Akuma player. I'm not sure how to pronounce his name. I don't remember how it was pronounced at the LCQ, but on the Akuma, and I believe he also plays Ryu, but local Saudi talent there. I think I don't know, Trent. This is a hard group to call. I think Mickey could make it out. We got to root for the young buck. I could see either 3 making it out along with Mickey. Bulgaria, obviously, great player. I'm gonna have to go with Bonchan, because that's an OG. We love Bonchan around these parts. And we're gonna have to go with the old head and the young buck for the final Group L. So chat, those are gonna be my picks for making it out of the groups. Before we head out, I'm gonna pick 5 people who I would like to see take it all. So firstly, obviously, the homie DK, Big Dual Kevin. I want to see Dual Kevin get that big dub. Alright, it's his time. It's been a long time coming, chat. Big Dual Kevin, Big Kev. It's time to get that dub, baby. It's time to get that big dub. Kev, he's sponsored again. So, it's time for that big W. It's time. It's been a long time coming, chat. It's been a long time coming. second. And as much as people hate him, hate on him, and all this other stuff on Twitter, I would like to see Noah the Prodigy get the dub, because I think if Noah wins, we will see one of the greatest pop-offs and victory speeches you'll ever fucking hear. Alright, I'm talking everybody getting a shout out. I'm talking Noah getting on Twitter ass. It's gonna be Pete. It's gonna be cinema. I want to see Noah win for sure. Number 3, I will have to give it to Gachikun. That's Big Gachikun. We will respect Big Gachikun around these parts always, every day. That's the Rashid player, right? Number 1 Rashid player right now. I think right now Dual Kevin is second best. I think Gachikun is up there. He's just of that caliber Rashid right now. 4th, I will have to give it to NL, of course. Big No Limit, no lacking, never lose, never lame. Big No Limit! Big No Limit! And last but not least, we gotta give it to Lashar. Big Lachey. Lachey, he's been on fire, chat. Okay, I think even if he doesn't win this, he will at least get top 8. Bare minimum. He's definitely gonna get that top 8. Okay, I'm talking Capcom Cup 11 top 8. Evo Japan top 8. Combo Breaker top 8 and champion. CEO top 8 and champion. Didn't go to Blink Respawn. Went to Evo Vegas. Top 8. This dude Lachey has been on fire, chat. This dude Lachey has been on fire. He is a threat. He is a problem. He is a danger. He's gonna ruin some lives. He's gonna ruin some runs at EWC. I guarantee it. He's gonna crush some dreams out there. Big Lachey getting the dub. If not, I guarantee bare minimum top 8. That's Big Lachey. It's Big Lachey. That's my 5s. That's my 5 pick. Those are my guys. Those are the boys we ruin for, alright, champ. You know, a couple of extras that I wouldn't mind as well getting a dub. The homies Hikaru and Tachikawa. Okay, I want to see them get a big dub. Okay, Hikaru was so close to closing it out, making it deeper into the bracket. I believe against Kawano, he had the combo, but he just didn't finish it. Very, very sad. And I know Hikaru wants to get that shit back in blood. And Tachikawa as well, man. I want to see him do well with the Manon. He's been having such a rough season last season. So I want to see Tachikawa get some dub. You know, I want to see it. I want to see that. I want to see him put the Manon on the map. So that's what I'm hoping for.